think that the DOE grant program is beneficial to the industry?
Extremely so, yes, sir. It's been very, very beneficial in leveraging a much larger investment from private industry, from many sectors of private industry.
So that effect of getting private companies from around to participate under a banner company is a beneficial aspect of this program.
Well, I think the program has many, many different elements. In the ERA programs ended up in RD&D. They ended up in research and development. Those are some of those programs are ongoing. The charging elements are extremely important, as we understand, as more vehicles enter the market. So all of these fit into a broader understanding of how to create a transportation system that, frankly, is different than the one we built so far, which was built on cheap gas.
Right. It's going to take a huge investment of infrastructure from the private sector to get there.
And that's been ongoing.
Thank you. Mr. Haas, as you know, there is an SEC inquiry regarding insider trading at Ecotality. When your office learned of the inquiry, what did your office do?
Proactively, our investigative staff contacted the SEC, and we did initiate an investigation into that matter, the results of which I would be glad to share in private session. But the investigation was closed. We did not establish any wrongdoing.
Okay, so the investigation has been closed at this point. Thank you. Dr. Hogan, you said that, and I'm going to go into some of your positive aspects of your presentation, that there's, excuse me, a $1 gallon equivalent for electricity. Could you expand what that means a little bit, please?
Sure. Clearly, we are spending, $3, $4 per gallon on gasoline. If you actually look at the cost of the electricity that you need to get the same type of performance activity out of an electric car, the equivalent price in electricity maps out to be about $1 per gallon equivalent based on electricity.
So you also expect a 50% cost reduction in EV batteries within the next few years. How does the U.S. industry stack up to other countries regarding EV battery potential for our manufacturing sector?
We think we're in a great place right now as we look at the growing capacity in the United States for electric vehicles. I think we're very excited about some of the new entrants into the electric vehicle space by a variety of manufacturers, as well as our growing manufacturing capacity for electric vehicle batteries. As I said, we're on pace to have manufacturing capacity by 2015 for about 500,000 vehicles a year through the Recovery Act investments. So I think right now the United States is very well positioned for what is a very quickly growing marketplace.
So you see EV battery manufacturers in this country taking off. What size of market, do you care to speculate on how big that market might be in terms of billions of dollars or?
Well, I think some of the recent market research reports that are out there are putting the battery market in the $15 or so billion space in 4, 5, 6 years.
That's pretty significant. Do you share that assessment, Mr. Wynne?
I do, and to add to that, large format lithium-ion batteries it's energy storage like any other energy storage. It can also be utilized in stationary storage for the grid and for cell towers and for all manner of things that we need backup for. So most of my companies in the battery business have two lines of business. They have a transportation line of business and a stationary storage line of business. So we're seeing growth across that spectrum.
Thank you. I yield back, Mr. Chairman.